So I went to see a movie yesterday, and listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. I enjoyed this movie a hell of a lot more than I thought I was. I ain't gonna lie. Low key, I walked into that movie theater ready to hate. I'm not gonna lie to you. Cause I seen the first, like, y'all seen when I did the reaction to it on a stream. I walked into that movie theater, I sat my black behind down after paying $15 for a movie ticket, and I paid like another $9 for a small icy. That little freaking slushy thing. Anyways, sat down, my black behind was ready to hate. I was ready to hate. I literally sat down ready to hate, okay? But I actually enjoyed this movie. I thought it was a fun movie. Honestly, I don't even really understand where all the hate is coming from. Listen, I can't believe I'm saying this. I don't even understand where like all the hate is coming from this movie. Like, you know, because one of the main critiques in the movie was like, there's too many jokes and it's like forced humor. When I was hearing that stuff, I'm thinking like, okay, this junk is gonna be like, you know how Marvel movies at one point was getting that like same criticism about their movies. Were there too many jokes? I mean, were there jokes in the movie? Yes. Do I feel like it was like too many jokes and it was overused and like the humor wasn't, you know, hitting the way people were making it seem? I disagree. Like, yeah, of course there were jokes in like the movie, but I didn't feel like, at no point did I feel like, all right, bro. I thought the humor was fine, to be honest. And I was shocked because that's what I thought I was really about to hate. Do I think he was David Corn Sweat? Okay, David Corn Sweat. Do I feel like he was as good as that sexy man, Henry Cavill? Absolutely not. Do I think he was as good as him? No. But do I think he did a bad job? No, I do not. I thought he actually did a pretty good job. The only thing I was kind of iffy on, his Clark Kent had way too much riz. Like, when he was Clark Kent, I'm like, yo, ain't Clark Kent supposed to be like a soft-spoken, kind of like shy to himself guy? This sucker seemed like a Chad-like Clark Kent. I'm like, this sucker got way too much riz. He like, it just seemed like he was like a player as like Clark Kent. I do like how Luthor Corp was introduced. Who is the actor that plays Lex Luthor in this movie? He was Beast in X-Men Days of Future Past. What was that actor's name? Nicholas Hoult. He was probably my favorite part about this movie. He did an amazing job as Lex Luthor. You know, I don't even really care about the Lex Luthor character on that level, but just acting-wise, I thought he did a phenomenal job with his facial expressions, with how like cocky and arrogant and like envious he came off sometimes towards towards Superman. One thing I did not like about this movie, Crypto Dog. Bro, this retarded ass dog. I'm sorry. This special ed dog, why was he in the movie? Like, like I just felt like they put Crypto in the movie. He was literally just there to just, I don't know, be a special dog, be a special dog, and just I guess he was there for like the humor, but Mr. Terrific, I don't know like a lot of these DC characters. Black dude who played Mr. Terrific, what is his name? I forgot the actor's name, but I know I've seen him in multiple movies, and he was also, I think, in X-Men First Class, I think. But Mr. Terrific, I liked him too. Like some of these heroes, I'm like, yo, and when the who was the gang? I'm not into the freaking DC like of that, but the freaking, you know, the Green Lantern like one of the dudes and Mr. Terrific, and then the chick that plays Dina in Last of Us, like she was what's her freaking name? I don't know. Yeah, the Justice Gang. The Justice Gang, like, I thought they played they weren't in the movie like too much. They put them in the movie just enough to actually, in a way, make you want to see more of them. I thought they shined in the scenes that they needed to be in. Mr. Terrific, I thought, was my favorite out of the a bunch. Just his powers. He has this one scene when he's with Lois Lane, and just the stuff that he's doing in that scene, and the way they're like shooting the whole entire scene, and she's watching. I'm like, yo, this guy, okay, Superman, okay. I was really liking it. So the CGI, it wasn't bad. The CGI in this movie was not bad at all. But there were times where it was like, and this is not a spoiler, but because they show it in the trailer with like the big monster. There is times where the CGI is just kind of like, it would be better, but all these movies today got a freaking gang of CGI in it, and sometimes it's gonna look great, sometimes it's gonna look okay, sometimes it's gonna look sometimes it's gonna look trash. So, there were times where it kind of looked a little spotty. Do I think the action scenes in this movie was better than the action scenes in Man of Steel? I don't know about that one, Chiefy Chief. But the action scenes were good. Like, they did have good action scenes in this movie. Some of the fighting scenes are like really good. The way that they were shot and stuff like that. Just like Monkey said, they're different. They're just different. Like Man of Steel has freaking phenomenal action scenes in it. This movie has great action scenes in it. It's just different. The flying stuff. So, because it's freaking Superman, a big thing of Superman is the flying scenes. And again, to get into Man of Steel, when they did the flying scenes and the music choice mixed in with Hans Zimmer, and that sucker took flight the first time, and the flying scenes in Man of Steel. The flying scenes in this movie are good, and some of the shots that they do while he's flying is good. They had this one shot in this movie to where this big freaking building falls, and then there's like a bunch of debris and freaking smoke and dirt just like everywhere on the screen. And then you slowly see Superman like rise up, and this sucker just flying. I'm like, that scene, y'all know what scene I'm talking about. That one scene, I'm like, yo, this sucker look like Superman right now. That was the one scene I'm like, yo, why don't they have more shots like this? Why don't they have more flying scenes? That shot was perfect. The whole, I guess the plot of the movie and like the story that was being told and stuff, it was pretty interesting for the most part. I didn't feel like the story in this movie was, hard to follow. I didn't feel like, bored at no point during the movie. I thought the whole dialogue that they was having between Lex and Superman at one point, and Lois Lane, and this character and that character, I wasn't bored at no point during this movie. And the crazy part is, as much as I liked Man of Steel, and Man of Steel to me is still better than this movie, it took me I think I didn't really start to like Man of Steel till my third watch. I remember at one point, I think the first time I seen Man of Steel, I was slightly bored. At no point during this movie was I bored. I wasn't bored at no point during this movie, and I was just shocked because, again, I came into this movie ready to hate. The final act in this movie with the fighting and the action and the dialogue and Lex Luthor versus Superman, and they gave her side eye. And someone else, I enjoyed the final act too. The final act of this movie was really good. The action was good. Again, Crypto, I just feel like Crypto did not be. Every time Crypto came on screen, I'm like, bro, can somebody take this dog and just old yeller him? Like, I don't want to, I don't want to see this dog in this movie no more. Outside of Crypto, when it came to the action scenes, I was actually enjoying the act. Now again, are the action scenes? Are the action scenes? Yo, Pro Gamer. What's good, my brother? I hope you're doing swell, sucker. Hey, Pro Gamer, I appreciate the re-sub, brother. Say what you want about James Gunn, whatever, because I feel like people are split with this movie. It's either people really hate this movie and just despise it, or they really like the movie. Say what you want. James Gunn made Clark Kent. James Gunn made Superman somewhat interesting. Like, Superman, y'all know how I feel about Superman. Superman to me has always been like one of the most boring, corny, vanilla characters. The only reason why suckers like this man is because he's freaking Superman. He's freaking one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful superhero ever. But character-wise, Superman has always been boring, vanilla, just watching paint dry character to me. And I feel like James Gunn did a good job at making his character like have personality, I guess. And I think that's why I actually ended up liking this movie a hell of a lot more than I thought I would. After the credits ended, I just said, you know what? I can't even hate. I'm giving Superman an 8 out of 10. This movie was an 8 out of 10 to me. I feel like that's a fair score. That's how I felt after I sat down and finished this movie. Humble said, Humble Finesse in chat. This sucker said you thought the last Venom movie was better than Superman? Sucker, I know for a fact you smoke crack. There's no way the last Venom movie was better than this. There's no way. Humble, at first I was ready to be on your side and hate and troll for this whole stream. I don't know how the hell you could say that. That might be one of the worst takes you've ever said. And sucker, you've had a lot of them. You have had a lot of bad takes. There's no way. This movie is an 8 out of 10 to me. I would probably give Man of Steel, again, it took me longer to like Man of Steel had to grow on to me. But I'd give Man of Steel at this point like an 8.5, maybe a 9. I'm giving this movie on first watch an 8. I kind of felt shocked because when we watched the trailer to this movie on a stream, I didn't like the trailer at all. Like, I was like, bro, this is gonna be trash. So the fact that I actually liked the movie, I'm like, wow, okay. Yeah.